Well, Craig, what a week it's been. Talk to us about Monday. How did it feel for you to personally toast success after all the hard work that's been put in?
Monday was just incredible. I mean, for me personally, to have all my family there, and I've had 2 near misses in the playoffs now, so to get the first one at Wembley and win it was incredible. But then obviously for the football club, I took a moment just before the game and looked around at the 30,000 Wimbledon fans in the stand, and I thought, wow, this is incredible. But watching the club grow and watching the people grow around us from the last 2.5 years, 3 years, seeing Johnny and the staff lift the trophy and have that moment on the pitch, they deserve it so much because of what they've been through here, and I'm so glad myself and the board and everyone else, we took that gamble a couple of years ago and we stuck with them, and we knew those were right people for the job. We just needed to sort the rest of the stuff out behind them. So no, it was an incredible day for everyone involved.
The team really showed their defensive nous again to record 3 clean sheets in the playoffs, obviously with the 3 1-0 wins. Do you feel like there was always an ingrained confidence that we could get the job done?
100%. This isn't a one-season promotion, if you like. This is 2-3 years in the making, so we had to have a complete reset. We knew we had to be hard to beat. We had to change the style of play. We had to become a Wimbledon team, and I think we've done that and we've evolved that over the last 2-3 years, and being hard to beat was key for us, and having the right characters in place that love defending and love those shutouts. It was really great to see, especially in those playoff games, including the Grimsby game. So to concede 35 goals in 49 games is absolutely incredible, and absolute credit to the lads, and I'm so over the moon for everyone, the strikers all the way through to OG in goal, and it was incredible.
What would you say was the key to our success overall, and how do we build on it now?
The key to our success was just bringing everyone together, reminding them what this club's all about, putting a team on the pitch we feel like everyone can get behind, whether you're a member of staff, a volunteer, a supporter. We had a team of lads out there all season that we felt really resonate with this football club, and I'm so glad that came to fruition. It feels a little bit like chapter 1's done now, and now we have to look forward to the future.
A word on the players who've departed the club in recent days. What would you like to say about their contributions?
I said it yesterday in the statement, really. I'm over the moon. Over the moon. Each and every single one of them that has departed the football club, whether they be on loan or whether they're leaving, it has made an impact in the last 2-3 years. So we're so grateful for that. It's part of football where it's horrible to do and have those conversations, especially so we can't really enjoy that, and we've had to have the conversation straight away. So it was tough, but we're professional. Myself, Johnny and Terry and the guys that support us know we have to keep moving this club forward because we're not stopped yet.
How quickly did you sort of have to swing into action after the high of Monday to start planning for next season? Obviously, I know the plans had started before the playoffs.
Yeah, so myself and Andy Thorne have been building a list together, and we've been planning for either eventuality for quite a while. Really not distracting the coaches and trying to get them on board with it. That's happened a little bit later. In terms of the actual day, I just enjoyed myself Monday night. And then I took a little bit of time with my family Tuesday because I've not seen them in a while, obviously being down here, so I've not seen them in a while. And then sort of Tuesday afternoon, you're straight back on it and you let everyone else enjoy themselves. And I know my job is to get them all to the starting line on the first day of pre-season and make sure there's no excuses and the training ground's up to scratch and the players are in and they befit the culture. And my work starts, well, it's continuous, but yeah. It's sort of kicking on now.
You mentioned in your last interview that transfer talks were progressing with a few targets. How are things looking now?
Things are still progressing quite well. We're keen to tie up the players that we've offered contracts to. There are a number of targets we are close to. I think the salary expectations are a little bit different now. We're in League One compared to League Two, but no, we're ongoing conversations. We're not rushing into anything. And we'll try and give news as and when we have it as appropriate.
What are your hopes for next season? Of course, it's very early days, but is there a specific target in mind?
Yeah, we don't want to come backwards. So the plan for next season is to try and keep the group together as best we can. And if we can't, we keep the ethos and the mantras that have held us well up to date and obviously got us the promotion. So we know what we're doing. We know how our structure works. We know what sort of culture people are going to be coming into. So we feel that can take us a long way next year. But the biggest thing for me is we're now set up to go into League One. This isn't an early promotion. This is something that's been planned for, and our job now is to try and stay in League One and then build on that for years to come. So we know where the football club want to be. We know what the ambitions are of the football club, and we've had a really, really good couple of seasons, and we're not letting up now. Like, you know, I said to you earlier, that's chapter 1 done. We've wrote our little bit in the book now. And now we're going to write our next bit.
There's obviously a lot of large clubs in League One next season, many with large budgets. How do we plan to compete with them and sort of stay on a level par?
Well, I think first and foremost, we're just going to have to get on with it like we have done the last couple of years. We know there's going to be clubs with bigger budgets than us. It was the same this year, so unless there's an influx of cash, we're just going to have to get on with the job, and it's going to be tough. And obviously we don't want the club to go backwards. We're trying to move the club forward still, but there's going to come a point where I think we are going to need some extra cash and some extra money into the playing budget. Just, we all know the way it's going. It's well publicised, and if we're going to compete and try and progress, we do need to look at options and look at ways of funding the playing budget and funding the training ground and everything that goes beyond that, because we're trying our best. I think you've seen last time the club got promoted, that momentum can take you so far, and then you might end up getting caught out one season, and then you've got to reset and go all over again. So where the club wants to be and trying to achieve that position in the Championship is a long way off at the moment because of the finances. So yeah, in terms of right here, right now, we're just going to get on with it, and we're going to try our best to overachieve again. But in the future, if there's some way we can try and increase the funds, then we're all ears.
We remain reliant on player sales due to budget constraints, as you discussed. Is it likely that we may see some players depart this summer?
I really hope not. I don't want the club to go backwards. I'm desperate. I don't want a relegation on my CV. The manager doesn't want a relegation on his CV, and I think we've got a great opportunity to go and establish ourselves in League One now. We've got a really good group of players. We've got a couple of assets in that group that have been important to us getting to where we are. So to lose our best players now wouldn't be the most ideal thing to do. So, we've sold a hell of a lot of players in the last 2-3 seasons, and I had a lot of football fortune through sell-ons, and obviously the cut runs have been really beneficial for us as well. But I don't know how sustainable it is for us to keep offloading players if we want to progress on the pitch as well. Obviously, the model can work where you sell players and progress on the pitch as well, and you've seen a couple of teams have been really successful at that. But we're not a club that can take big punches on the nose due to our financial position. So we need to find a happy medium, happy medium between offloading players and club success. I think we can achieve both. Obviously, a couple of years ago, you had a lot of talent in the group, but wasn't very successful. And now I've tried to find a balance where you see people like Oggs, Sasu, Joe Lewis playing loads of minutes, still at a young age and being key to the squad. Obviously, Sass had an unfortunate injury start of the season, which hampered his minutes. But having that balance between those players that are coming through, we brought Osman Foyo in January, and bolstering it with players that are hardened at the level and can use it, because that's how we've tried to balance the success versus player sales. We know we need to probably sell more players just because of the financial position, but yeah, I think as a football club we need to agree where we want to go in terms of progressing the club in the pyramid and player sales.
Our supporters have been there, through thick and thin. How can they help to impact what happens on the pitch?
More of the same. More of the same. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and tell fans what to do and different, but my advice would be stick with us, keep with us. I mean, I said in the change room the other day how you can go from not having a football club to having 30,000 people at Wembley 23 years later, twice winning at Wembley, and how we are now back at Plough Lane and all that. It's been an incredible feat. We're now at the stage where I think we need to kick on again and try and obviously retain our league position. But to that, it's going to be massive. So a massive jump for us where we are currently. So in terms of the day to day is positivity. Breathe positivity into this group, into the group next season. Financially, that's not for me. So I don't know the answers to that. That's for someone else to go and come up with some ideas and some schemes. But what you've done since I've been at the football club has been incredible, and the atmosphere here has been electric. Like a proper club, and you know we're Wimbledon, it's us against the world. So more of the same of that, definitely.
Sort of next on the agenda, aside from obviously the subject of transfers, is heading to Spain, different part of Spain. Marbella come early July. How excited are you for that?
Very excited. I think it's been a massive part of our success the last couple of seasons. First season going to Benidorm, everyone raised an eyebrow at Benidorm, but you all seen from being out there how crucial that was to one, and most importantly, get the group together, and secondly, re-engage with the fans after that first season. And then last year again, getting that group together. A lot of what the success came on the back of was what we did in those couple of weeks away. So this year, thankful for the club for backing us for doing it again. Obviously, Andy's doing some commercial packages that have helped fund the trip. I'll be honest with you, I have funded the trip because it's that intangible thing that you can't really measure and you can't really see, but it has a massive effect on how we start seasons and how the group beds together, and that's where the culture comes from. So we're in a different part of Spain. Myself, Johnny, a couple of us went over to have a look at it in February. It's a great facility. It's a really nice hotel we're going to stay in, and we can't wait to celebrate some fans that are fortunate enough to make it over there. The ones that don't, obviously, we'll see you when we come back, and we still know you're there with us anyway.
Excellent. And then lastly, how do you reflect on your time at the club now so far, and what are your own personal hopes for the future of the club?
Yeah, obviously it's easy now, sat next to her. It's been the journey of a lifetime the last 2.5 years. Obviously taking the jump coming down here and then walking to the training ground first day, and I remember saying to Bezo, I wish I'd have seen this before I said yes. And then obviously that first, there's so many bits during those 2.5 years you look back at. You look back at the losing here to Swindon 5-1, the Salford game and how bad it felt. I remember coming in here after and the coaches were dejected, and I said, look, what's coming's going to be all right. Because I was obviously doing, myself and Andy Thorne doing the work behind the scenes, but it's hard to get that message across to people and that enthusiasm, because what was happening there and then wasn't that positive. And then getting the first summer in and all the volunteers down at the training ground, and I shared a text with Rick on Monday night just saying thanks, obviously everyone's played a part in this, and I want everyone to feel like that. I want everyone to feel like they have played their part in it, because everyone has, and it shouldn't be undermined. And then I was speaking to Ryan McLean the other day. Obviously he's been so unlucky getting injured on his first start with the most horrific injury. But I remember saying to him in the changing room at Wembley, don't underestimate the impact you've had on this. Scoring, turning the game on its head against Coventry, really give us the first Plough Lane moment back here, really, and gave myself, the manager and everyone else there a bit of momentum to kick on. The Chelsea game, the Newcastle game, Ronan's goal, the 3-0 here, the 2-0 away. Like honestly, some of the some of the memories and the moments we've had in 2.5 years, you don't get in a lifetime sometimes, and we've had 7, 8, 9 of them. And then the run of 4 games, Grimsby plus the playoffs. What a journey! I mean, going up there, and myself and the manager were sat in the press box, and all we could hear was Wimbledon fans. And then like, go to Meadow Lane, you know, a place special to me, Johnny, everyone I liked previously, and putting performance there, and some of the saves and the blocks, and it was like the ultimate away performance. Then coming here and dominating, and then going to Wembley, and they've had one chance, and the calmness in the lads and the confidence as a group to deliver what we delivered has been exceptional. And seeing that grow from what it was to what it has become is something that all of us are able to cherish. And you know, things happen, people leave, but when you bump into them in the street in 10 years' time, or you come back for events, and you can say you all achieved that together, and you all had those moments together, and you can reminisce. It was really nice. So it's been amazing. And the most important thing for me is when I play golf with Neil Ardley, and he pulls his driver out, and he's got Wimbledon playoff winner 2016 on his head cover. I can now get one.
Yeah.
No, joking aside, it's been the journey of a lifetime. I mean, going up automatically would have been nice, but nothing will ever top that. That was amazing. So thank you to everyone for the last 2.5 years. Thanks to the players, the staff, the fans, volunteers, the boards, everyone that's believed in what myself and Johnny has tried to do. That's gone now. Enjoy it, because you deserve to enjoy it, but that has gone now. We're working towards the future, and we're going to try and establish this club in League One as best we can on the resources we've got.
Craig, we're excited for the next chapter. Thanks for your time, mate.
Cheers.